This was the episode of Raw we have been waiting for. We are going to talk about why this episode pretty much just added to the road to WrestleMania. You know, it's the episode we've been waiting for, basically. And two major reasons why, maybe three. Reason number one was the Cena and Cody moment, which was fantastic. Both of them absolutely cooked. It was fire. Finally, we get a back and forth that we were waiting for. Then we have a bit of drama added to the Jey Uso and Gunther rivalry, with Jimmy playing an integral role in making this entire thing personal. Finally, the Jey-Gunther rivalry is now being hyped on the way to WrestleMania in the way that it should be. It took long enough, okay, but finally, we are getting there. Then we have the entire Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair scenario getting more interesting as well. Predictable? Perhaps, yes, I do suppose so. But at least I can sense things being a bit more WrestleMania worthy as we move towards WrestleMania when it comes to a few things here and there. These were the top three moments, but then we also have the New Day finally actually doing something, right? Given some path. The path is towards the Tag Team Championships. Yes, they need that push. The WWE has just been lacking in the way that they've been presenting the New Day. And finally, though, at least now we get a path, at least, something to look forward to. Plus, we are getting closer to the possibility of a multi-man match for the Intercontinental Championship. I have my thoughts on that. I'll get to that. I'm not really a fan of a multi-man match when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship, but overall, this was a good episode. So let's get started with Cena and Cody. This time, before Cena can even say anything, Cody comes out. So this was different from the other moments, since it was just a complete verbal back and forth between these two. That's basically what this entire segment was, right? Previously, we just had Cena cutting his promo, abusing the audience, and then Cody coming out and just kinda, it wasn't really a back and forth in its true sense, right? The second week, he went more into the 17th title possibility and his goals and how he will take the title home with him and ruin wrestling. This Monday, however, was more about Cody and Cena personally attacking each other, and that is what needed to happen. We needed this. Cena still hasn't told us why he sided with The Rock, but he did tell us why he attacked Cody Rhodes. Cena calls Rhodes fake and artificial. He says how Cody Rhodes is nothing but a common fan. Cody responds by basically saying how John Cena was given the advantage by the system itself. He indirectly even mentions Vince McMahon. Yes, calling Cena a corporate puppet, basically, indirectly. He didn't literally say that, but that's basically what he meant. I felt this was one of Cody's best moments on the mic. Cena is always incredible on the mic, but over here, Cody just really stands up to him. This match is really just starting to feel like a very big match. I mean, it's already big, right, because of heel Cena, and it's a generational match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. So it's big already, but now it's getting bigger, at least to a certain extent. With this promo on Raw, it just really increases the hype even more. Now, evidently, Cena will be gone until WrestleMania, which is like 3 weeks from now. Which is kind of weird. That kind of worries me. I hope we do at least get The Rock, making an appearance at some point. Or I hope the WWE just knows how to keep the momentum going, without John Cena. This segment's end with things reaching a boiling point, and Cena is basically about to leave, but then attacks Cody Rhodes, who then manages to reverse this into a crossroads, and we have Cena on the ground as Cody stands tall. He leaves. This obviously can't be the last thing we see till WrestleMania, and I hope not. We get the New Day versus the New Catch Republic. Indeed, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates are back together. A decent match with the New Day picking up the win. I believe this means they are going to be the number one contenders, I believe, or at least they will be getting closer to the Tag Team Championship match. This is the momentum they need. I just kind of wish they were already champions or became the champions, earlier, going into WrestleMania, since that would give them some nice heat and could potentially make the Tag Team Championships mean something bigger. I also wonder if Big E will ever have any role to play in all this. You know, I mean, that heel turn should lead to something to do with Big E, but I don't know. So Jimmy Uso versus Gunther. It starts off with Jimmy Uso, you know, doing what he can, but it doesn't take long for Gunther to just get the upper hand, basically. He then destroys Jimmy Uso. He intentionally doesn't even pin him. Like, twice he's about to just, like, pin him and win the match, but nope, he just gets up and continues attacking Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso then comes out. A little hat tip to those who caught the glitch on the screen before Jey Uso came out. Anyways, Jey Uso comes out, but Gunther manages to get away, and then there's a commercial break, and we think that's it, right? We think that's how the situation just ended, but nope, we come back from commercial break, and Gunther is back. He beats up Jey Uso, he beats up Jimmy Uso, he ties Jey Uso to the ropes with the zip tie, and then goes on turning Jimmy Uso into a bloody mess right in front of a helpless Jey Uso. This was needed, man, to take this rivalry to the next level where it needs to be. It should have happened earlier, but it's good that it happened at least now. Finally, it's personal. Now I would like to see more of this in the coming weeks. Maybe Jey Uso brings his son like he often does to one of the Raws or whatever, and Gunther messes around with him somehow. Obviously, no violence since he's a kid, but he teases Jey Uso's kid maybe. Maybe Jey gets the upper hand one day. I wish Jey would have visited Gunther's family during the European tour. Hear me out. Obviously not in a heel way, but maybe he just visits and acts overtly friendly and nice to the family, right? Like a subtle way of annoying Gunther. This would make sense after Gunther's beatdown on Jimmy Uso, but now the European tour comes to an end, so that's probably not happening. Either that or just Gunther just needs to continue his ruthlessness in different ways as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania 41. We get the Judgment Day versus Penta and Braun Breaker. An okay match. The Judgment Day won, giving them some momentum. I feel they needed a win, okay? But I'm not sure if Penta deserved a loss. Right? I can sense a multi-man match, obviously, for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and a potential fallout between Dom Mysterio and Finn Balor, which would be interesting because who would be the face and who would be the heel, or would both of them just continue being heels in different ways? I don't know. Penta is also pissed at Braun, and we have a backstage moment where Penta blames Braun for the loss and for not really helping him out during the match. Personally, I would like to see Braun Breaker having a one-on-one match at WrestleMania 41 defending his title. If it has to be a multi-man match, then I wish Braun retains the championship. It would be oddly funny if Dom somehow wins the Intercontinental Championship because it's a multi-man match, right? So something weird here or there could happen for Dom to actually pick up the win without making anyone else look bad. It's just that how would Dom continue the title run in a realistic way without just losing it soon after in a rematch with Braun Breaker, right? So I don't know if they're going to do that, but I just want to see Dom just grow somehow. I know he's a heel, but I don't know. I just want to see him grow. I like his vibe, that little squirmy, annoying, pesty sort of brat character is perfect. And if he gets a title on him, that would be some real good heat. But then it's just about keeping the title on him in a realistic way, since he's no Braun Breaker, right? He's no Penta. So how do you work around that if Dom Mysterio was to get a title around his shoulder? But yeah, in all likelihood, I do wish that Braun Breaker retains the title if it's a multi-man match, because I feel he needs more successful defenses. Then we get an AJ Styles and Logan Paul promo in the ring. This would be a great match regardless of anything. It's just that there is no real rivalry there, that's believable and doesn't seem forced. The rivalry just exists. This was an okay segment that makes the match official at WrestleMania 41. AJ Styles is left lying at the end. Like I said, the match would be fantastic and definitely better than the feud itself. I just don't really feel the feud, man. But regardless, the match is official. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania 41. Now the main event. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title with Bianca Belair as the guest referee. I feel this match did help in making things a bit more interesting in the women's title division on Raw. We all knew this match wasn't just going to end, normally. Rhea does technically win, but Bianca is laid out at that point in the match. The audience there counted to like 10 or something, but Bianca was just laid out. Obviously, Rhea Ripley gets pissed. Io Sky also inadvertently hits Bianca Belair. Ultimately, Bianca gets annoyed and rings the bell. The match ends without a clear victory, which means Io Sky is still the women's champion, and we will be getting Io Sky defending her title against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 41. But no, that won't be the match, folks. It's going to be a triple threat match. Rhea Ripley isn't done yet, and makes her presence felt even after the match by attacking both Bianca and Io Sky. It's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. We're going to get that announcement pretty soon. I'm pretty sure of this. Overall, a pretty good episode of Raw. The first hour was awesome. The Cena Cody segment and the Jay Gunther Jimmy segment were the best parts of this episode of Raw. Those segments just literally made the show, okay? Those segments helped in the build towards WrestleMania 41. Surprisingly, Jay versus Gunther seems more clear, actually, than CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, even if that's a big match in terms of who is in it, right? But it's just odd story-wise. It doesn't really seem as big as it should be, while Gunther versus Jay at least has some personal aspect to it. Still waiting for the favor, man. I'm hoping the favor shakes things up. Anyways, guys, that's that. Finally, the road to WrestleMania feels like something. But for me, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton is the weakest match on the card. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest is strange and feels forced. I don't know what the hell is going on with the WWE when it comes to planning for the women's mid-card title, the women's Intercontinental title and the US Championship titles. Both seem weak, not that good, but at least some things are picking up, right? So yeah, that's that, guys. Please do like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon for updates. Until next time, peace out. Bye.